And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Shining Force Final Conflict. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And when we last left off, we were continuing our adventure forward. We had just gotten through Ruberan's hideout here, and we are continuing forth. And thus, here we are. Hey, Michiela's over there. These birds are bothersome, aren't they? We can't focus like this. Go and get rid of them.
I won't let you have your way.
Ooh. A good job. Now's our chance to seal away Volcanon's power. Well, that can't be good. Ooh, Sha. Zam. Ooh. Volcanon's power has been sealed away. That took care of another hindrance to our plan. Oh. I must return to Grand's Island to make preparations. You stay here in case Volcanon tries anything. Michiela's escaped. Quickly in after her. If you want to pass through here, you'll have to get past us first. It seems we've been discovered. We have no choice but to defeat them if we're to progress. Alright, so with Cynthia, characters at level 7 and 8 respectively, Ruberan's going to be behind, but this isn't the fight to get Ruberan up in levels, and actually there's going to be a grinding fight not long coming up, so we do want him to pick off enemies because his attack, I believe, is going to be pretty, it's 20 versus what? 26, 21, 28, 27, so it's pretty bad, but it's better than the casters. So, it's not the end of the world. He also attacks at range, so we'll do our best to get him caught up, but if we don't get him caught up this fight, it's not the end of the world. And really, Paige is at level 9, so there's not much of a reason for him to do too much attacking of enemies and all of that hubbubaloo. Okay, so can't get up there. Again, we have that bronze lance, but it just we keep finding use for Mead's spear, which is kind of hilarious in its own regard. Bring it back, Brain. Got your name, I've got your ass. Okay. And this is good because all the enemies will kind of gang up on Mead here and provoke their wrath. But more importantly, may as well. We'll probably kill the ooze, which is fine. And Cynthia, I could technically kill that dark dwarf, but I think we'll leave it alone for the moment because that way Ruberan can pick a fight. We got some other enemies in here. Looks like we got some worms, as well as our first caster type, which are usually never good. So we got one that can be picked off by either Ruberan or Cynthia. Cynthia is about to level, so we might actually leave it for her. But a part of me is also like, you should really let Ruberin do it, because that'll get him some good XP. A bat at level 5 is pretty good XP. So I will backtrack on my initial thesis of letting Cynthia get the kill to allow Ruberin that kill. And it's all part of the process of making it so he doesn't really fall that far behind. Because it's very easy for characters to fall behind. Luckily, we've almost got the entire cast of promotable characters. And then eventually we'll get to the ones that are not promotable, right? So the ones that can't be promoted because they're already promoted, we don't have to worry about them so much. And there's really only one, I would argue, of interest anyway, so we'll worry about that when we get there. Maybe, actually, that's not true. There's 2 of interest. And everything else is kind of meh. Alright, yeah, see, you got 49 XP for that. And now that the bat has pretty much rendered Ian useless for the next couple of rounds, if not more. Okay. Now the Dark Dwarves, I want to say, came before the bat, so I don't think there's going to be much for Ruberin to gain XP wise off of them, but any little bit we can do will be good. So more importantly, I want to make sure we're just making it so characters can level if we need them to. And if, again, you don't recognize the area, it's supposed to look like the area outside of Bedoe in Shining Force 2. Kind of skipped over the town that is usually where the Beastmen are. Pakalon? No, Pakalon is somewhere else. Can't think of the name of the town where you get the raft and you get Gerholt. It'll come back to me later. Alright, Howl hits level 9. Sweet. Ruberin, he can't reach anything. Cynthia has better shot at that. Again, we'll have her blast, because she gets more from attacking than she does healing. And there's level 8 for Cynthia, so she's pretty much caught up. God damn it. Here comes the Wine, the brass loader. And that slime should be on its way. Page there. Pretty much to get ready for that brass gunner as it comes. Or whatever. Okay. God, if I can only get Howl up there. That's not going to be a thing, so. Yeah, Ruberin is not going to get caught up to that Dark Dwarf, I don't think. He might, I don't know. Just attack it. Okay, she killed it. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, so now Ian's gonna get some turns here. Which luckily is not gonna be a too little too late issue at all, because he's not that far behind. Which is good, which is good. Sonnet hits level 9. She's doing great for a ranged character. But like in the Shining Force Gaiden games, the balancing in these Gaiden games is very different than the balancing in the Shining Forces 1 and 2. And we can see that that's carried a bit here too, where they're not consistent in every installment of the balancing of characters. So something to keep in mind. Much like in the Gaiden games, the Gaidens 1 and 2, it's arguable, but it's more true it's more true than anything to point out that the monks are pretty decent. In Shining Force, Gaiden, there's very different. The way that they're developed. And then you've got like this issue where the birdmen in the Shining Force Gaiden games are actually pretty good, which is a bit abnormal. You know, that's not, you know, in the Shining Forces 1 and 2, the birdmen are kind of hit and miss. In Shining Force 1, I always felt that they're a big miss. In Shining Force 2, the two birdmen, Screech and Luke, are just awful compared to the other units that are out there. So it's just but like in Shining Force, you know, Gaidens 1 and 2, the birdmen are actually pretty good. Finally somebody got poisoned. Make sure we get him out of there so he can be treated. He's 36 at level, what is she, 9 or 10? 9, I think. 9. He's level 8. I'm not worried about the poison right now. Oh, really? Really, Mead? You had to miss that? The question is, what do we really want to do? We should probably send Rubrin to help with the bats. Because they're not going to do a lot of damage to Paige. They're just not. Paige could weaken one, unless he gets knocked to sleep here, which he just did. So we'll have to send help of some sort. So we'll send Knuckles. Nice. And then Rubrin can pick that dude off. Can't really reach. As per usual. Alright, Rubrin, come on! Get you at least one level. And there's a level for Rubrin. Not a good level, but I will take it. That's not a good level. That was trash. I think this game knows it. They're trying to... They haven't given me pretty crappy stats on a level up for most characters yet, so... That's probably part of what's going down here. Where we've lucked out, rather, with some of the stat growth. This will take out the green ooze. Mead needs to not just be healed, he needs to be cured of his poison, which we have antidotes up the ass, so that's not an issue. That is a non-issue. May as well. I should have probably had him attack the bat. No, the bat only got 1 health left. Okay. Over there where her defense will go a bit further. Don't want him to get too far ahead because Cynthia's gonna have to heal him. We don't really have a tank free down below either because Paige is conked out for right now. Leave Rubrin kind of there for now. Pop that medical herb, that way she can still use blast. Interesting. Luckily we healed, so this is not as bad as it looks. We'll just need to heal up, but we can put Ian right on top of the Dark Mage here. Take some of that focus off. Okay, Paige woke up. That's good. Strangely enough, we may want to heal with numbnuts. With well, no, killing of the Black Mage, if we can kill it quickly, is more universally important. Get the cheerful bread. And that'll end the fight. So we miss out about 30 to 60 XP, but that's fine. I can live with that. I'm gonna have to. My thanks to you, Ian, and your force. Who are you? I am Volcanon. They gave Volcanon an avatar in this one. You're Volcanon, but how did you know Ian's name? I've been watching the Devil Army's movements regularly. On one occasion they appeared and Ian was there with Max. I see. I'm concerned that the Devil Army has a treacherous plan involving Grand's Island. Their ambition will bring panic to all the creatures of these lands, but their evil has already engulfed Grand's Island, hence I cannot lay my hands on them. So what should we do? You and your companions should go to Grand's Island and try to find a solution to this. Max is there too. It's important that you find a way to help him. Going to Grand's Island, is that all we have to do?
If that's the case, I'd like to come along too.
Didn't we see you earlier?
Tee-hee, we didn't succeed earlier because we weren't prepared for such trouble. But I know I'll be ready to realize it to your team because I can fly.
Which is actually true. There are chests you cannot get without flight.
What do you think, Volcanon? Don't you think it's a good idea to let me go?
Indeed, Ian has no flying allies in his party.
Yay, well then please allow me to fight the Devil Army at your side. We'll fight for peace together!
And Kiddo, the birdman, has joined the force. So we get our first birdman, which is always welcomed. For sure. By the way, God Volcanon, how are we going to get to Grand's Island? North, head north, and your path will open before you. If I say north in any more of that paragraph, god damn it. This cave will begin the next stage of your journey. I will always be watching over you, Ian. With God Volcanon's advice in mind, Ian and the others must now travel to Grand's Island. However, this is only the beginning. And we finished Chapter 1, The Ancient Shrine. A new journey begins. Chapter 1 is done. Sweet. Do you wish to record your adventure this far? Yup. Chapter 2, Target, Grand's Island. Step by step and day by day, Ian and the force draw nearer to Grand's Island. However, following their unexpected escape, Michela is waiting for their arrival. Lynx, how are the plans to capture Max progressing? They're going well. If they continue as planned, we will soon have Max. Excellent. By the way, Aiku, what has become of Ian and his party?
Well, I've been informed that they were able to defeat your guards, and after they reached Bedoe, Volcanon appeared to them. They have not been seen since then. Magus has begun a search for them.
So, Magus, is everything going to be all right?
Don't worry. If by any chance they should get through Pakalon, they won't survive the cunning trap I have prepared.
Good. You should go to Pakalon immediately.
Or will.
And away he goes.
By the way, what purpose will the old man from Hassan serve?
Well, we have to let him live for now. Primarily, it's about Ian. Secondly, he may be withholding important information from us. The old man is a precious source for knowledge of the ancient relic, however. If by any chance Ian is really the child of that man, I thought Max was the only enemy we would have to worry about.
Personally, I'm delighted at the opportunity to face such a powerful enemy.
Aiku, he is not your enemy. At least, not for now.
But if I defeat him first, Aiku won't have a chance.
What are you saying, Lynx? Are you implying that I'm not able to defeat Ian?
Did I make it too obvious?
Oh well. What you choose to do about it is your own business. Enough, Lynx. Don't you have a task called capturing Max already?
Yes, milady, please excuse me.
Magus should be able to defeat Ian and his team without any problems, but it's your job to make sure, Aiku. If he fails, then it's your turn.
You can trust me with this task. I'll bring him down, that's for sure. Just you watch me.
Aiku, those are very promising words indeed. Ian, you really going to have to try your best because we're watching you.
Ian and the Force were now intent on heading north to Pakalon. To get there, they must pass through a cave. Yay. A cave. This cave's really long, isn't it?
It's just too narrow. I'm having trouble flying in here. Quit complaining. The way out can't be too far now. Hey, I just felt a breeze on my skin.
Hold on, Howl. Why do you always act like you're some great know-it-all? Whatever, this cave is bound to come out somewhere in the region of Pakalon. We could take some time to have a well-deserved rest after we get out.
I forgot what voice I was using for him.
What's that? I think I just saw someone over there. A shadow moved. This could mean danger.
We don't need that sort of thinking. It's nothing.
No, I think it was a southern, but whatever. No, I'll save it for someone else.
No, I'm sure it was somebody. Hello, is anybody there?
Do you have to shout so loud? That could be Mashila's squad ahead of us. What shall we do?
Hey, did you hear somebody's voice just now? Oh, I heard that too. Are they the ones that Master Magus is searching for? Alright, I'll attack first.
Here we go.
The cave is shaking.
Eek, the pillars!
Of course, this is not going to bode well.
It's the enemy. Attack them, everyone, but be careful.
And thus, we are thrown into a battle. Another Baturu, as I like to call them. Kiddo comes in at level 8, which is actually closer to our current level, making Rubrin still the furthest behind. As far as what we get in this fight, it's a lot of drops. I believe it's mostly antidotes, with one stat boosting item, I believe, from somebody here. And even if it's not, I don't really care all that much. It could just be nothing to it, I'm just not remembering correctly. Yeah, I don't really see anything. But the point is there's a chest there that needs some grabbing. We need to get Ruberan's level at least up to 8 or 9 would be preferred. Well, and here's the thing. We can technically probably take our characters up to that coveted level 10. And even a little further than that. In the coming battles, we're going to start seeing a bunch of new enemy types just starting to constantly spawn before us. But the issue is that we're going to have a series of battles that require kind of a majority of our attention. And with that said, there's like 2 battles we got to do after this. And then the third battle, we're going to do pretty much more grinding. And really, the reason we're going to grind is because we are going to have characters that we're taking pretty much to endgame. And then some that we're not. And so there's a question that flings about the air of what should we use and how should we set it up. Becomes the question kind of the day. It's like, well, what do you want to do? And realistically, getting our main characters here up in levels is good, because the next 2 characters we get are probably not going to be mainstays, and that actually will conclude the last of the promotable characters. So it is something to consider. But we want to keep them leveled up anyway, just in case. You know, just throwing that out there. I tend to have a better affinity towards the characters that we can use before promotion than the ones we get kind of after. Because currently we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think we can have a party of 12 or 10 or something like that. So we definitely will need to keep our eyes very close on character levels and really figuring out what we can do with regards to that. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. Like I said, this is a good battle to get a few levels on. Now, again, we could hold out and wait till we get the other 2 characters, but that's 2 battles from now. And so I'm a little reluctant to put that much faith in our characters to not like power level. Whereas because the next 2 battles after this are outdoor battles, and I'd rather just get through them more than anything else. Because like I said, outdoor battles are just always just awful. So okay, so really depending on Ruberan's level will really dictate whether we grind this or not. And if we grind it, yeah, we grind it. But I don't think I don't know if we necessarily need to. But you could technically get a lot of characters to level like 12 or 13 if you really wanted to. But that's really and really we only have 2 new characters that need that kind of attention drawn to them for leveling. So it's, again, I'm not that keen on doing that. It's a lot of power. That's a lot of leveling and we're only getting little bits of points for damage. So I think we'll just fight through this battle normally. I don't really. Part of me is kind of like, we could grind it. If you really want your strongest stats going forward, then yeah, you'll want to grind this fight. But if you don't really care, like right now, I'm kind of like, I think we'll be okay. And since that's kind of how I feel, we'll continue forth as if that were the plan. These enemies aren't doing a lot of damage. We're not going to get a lot of XP for the slimes and the brass loaders pretty much soon. So it makes sense to just kind of punch our way forward here. Yeah, 31 XP is not a good level for enemies. So we probably should try to get to where we don't see the slimes anymore, which I believe is after this battle. And same with the brass loaders too, because they're pretty dated as well. Let's move Numbnuts here and put a bronze lance on him. Seem to really like Kiddo for some reason. Yeah, 2 damage and a poison is not gonna change too much, in my opinion, what I want to do. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably continue forward. Trying to level up Ruberin along the way, because right now he is the weakest link in the party. You know what? Just because I don't want to have to deal with it later. I should give you full 10 for that if you actually apply it to a character. There's no saying that he'll kill this, but it should give him the most XP possible. Yeah. Versus the brass loader that might only give him 42. They're still coming, then I'll try again. And he's changing the environment, not in a horrible way, but I think we'll preserve some of his magic for what's up further up towards the top of the area. Let her kill that brass loader. 31 XP, yeah. But that was better than healing. And as usual, we'll send Numbnuts off to grab the item in the lone back area there. I do want to check. His inventory is not full. Good. Meaning he can go over there and get it. Okay. Probably wasn't the best choice to put there. So depending on how they gather around, it may have worked out. We can do this. Draws Ruberin to kill that ooze, allowing him to level to 8. Good, so he's pretty much caught up. Or as caught up as he's gonna get for right now. I guess getting everybody to level 9 would be technically caught up, give or take, but whatever. It's not an issue either way. Okay. Ian should be pretty resilient to these enemies, so I'm not too worried. Again, this is why the grinding of the main hero is so important, so you can actually use them. So a lot of people who, I remember a long time ago, back when, you know, forums were the primary source of people getting information about games. I guess you could argue they still somewhat are, but we're talking like way back in the day. People used to hate using the main heroes in all these games because they're like, well, if he dies, I lose. And it's like, yeah, but if you don't use him, he's weak. And when you use him, he's really strong. Which means if he's really strong, it's less likely he's going to die. And for some reason, that just floated over a lot of people's heads when it came to these types of strategy games, is that they usually don't make the main hero terrible. Though there are a few exceptions to that rule in various franchises, but primarily they don't make the main character weak and pathetic. It's kind of counterintuitive to what they would be trying to accomplish. I'll go after that loader because he'd probably do more damage to it than he would to the worm, and then we can let him blaze blast these two again, killing maybe the brass loader. And Howl hits 10. He's still got one more cast left in him for an ice or a fire, so, or a freeze or a blaze, whatever you want to call it. Blast that worm into oblivion. Nice. Look at that. She's already ahead of Knuckles, I think, and she learns the metal spell. Yay. We got a problem. Strangely enough, it did not attack. Which means I will. Well, since they just wasted their turns, it's imperative now that we take these dark mages out. For sure. Come on, kiddo. Eh. You get a protect milk. And I'd rather have one get hit by one blaze than both. Blaze level 2s. So you know that's what they're going to use. And he can't reach, so we'll just put him there. I had a feeling we would get locked in there. Okay, this is not good. We have to heal whether I like it or not. Because, yeah, Blaze level 2 on our hero, plus the fact that he's poisoned. That'll end him. Okay, and Rubrin can go here. We'll work on the Dark Mage there. We can't reach anything, so we may as well, other than this, so we may as well do it. Can't really reach anything, so we'll... Okay, he's gonna run away. Like a bitch! And that's fine by me. I assure you. You won't hear me complain. Ian's level 9, thank goodness. He needs it. Needs that damage, because unlike our other some of our other characters, he has not gotten a weapon upgrade yet. So... I believe he'll get one before the end of this chapter, but not sooner. So, and not when we go to grind levels either. It'll be after that, I believe. Well, that's not necessarily true. It's either going to be before or after that. Spear it up, and that way we can do some damage. Axe this Dark Smoker question. Look, the question really was, do you want to die? And of course, thus he died. Let Knuckles try to kill this Dark Mage, because he's the biggest threat right now. Technically, Rubrin can use one of his antidotes on Ian. Well, this fight is almost over. Okay, Howl has nothing left, so not gonna do anything. You know what? Let's just do it, because we're gonna get some more antidotes, I believe, coming up, so. What is this 2 next level? So 1 attack and or kill, as long as the attack's against something pretty decent, like this Orc Lord. So that means we can let Ian start pummeling down this brass loader. And Mead could finish it off. Or not. Weaken it, at least. What level is Rubrin? He's level 8 as well. What about... Okay, Kiddo is a little closer to leveling. So he might level from this kill, depending on how much XP he gets. Nice. Right. Let's finish off this Orc Lord. Okay. Get behind him. This shouldn't kill him. Leaving him available for Rubrin to pick off is kind of what I would like to do. And there's level 9 for Rubrin. Nice. His attack is slowly getting better, so Master Magus, we've been discovered that they're...
It's just a matter of time until the enemy finds us. Ian, we must make haste. Ian, are you prepared to depart for battle?
Not quite. I think we could move some inventory stuff around. Well, we need to. Because, yeah, he's sitting on 2 Protect Milks. We'll give 1 to... Rubrin, I think. He's pretty full, too. Give it to Kiddo. To hold on to for now until we promote. I'm just doing it out of habit, guys. We'll pass the antidote, strangely enough, to Cynthia. Everybody should be 9, I think, right? 9, 9, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, 9. Nobody's level 8, so that's good. Okay, I think we're pretty good with the passing around of goodies. Everybody's got at least 1 spot open. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JectarStudios for more live gaming action. Because when we come back, we got an outdoor battle or 2 to handle. And then after that, good things will start coming our way as we will be in a really good position to just start doing our power leveling and all of that. So anyway, or at least our little bit of grinding that we need to do to get our unpromoted characters much further along. So with that said, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.